would have been too hard. And we're live with a late night moon reading. Who am I? The goddess of the moon, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sibyl. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. It's a late night video, and we're going to talk about a couple of different things. All kinds of mysterious things. Really? I think I'm going to pull out that Santa Muerte book, which is kind of dark and evil. Probably the darkest thing I own at this point. We're going to see what the fuck is going to come out of that. We're going to talk about some moon magic and just go into some other areas. I had, this card came up in my last live video. I don't remember. I think it was the plant companion was the yarrow for working with Medusa. And that was working with justice and injustice. That's what we were talking about in that particular card. Before I get started, I wanted to point out something. I was talking to B before I came up. And she was having those typical Friday fucking, it's one thing. I teach this all the time. It's a whole nother thing when people are experiencing it outside. I don't mean to sound insensitive. I'm like, yep, that's what happens. What's happening? The higher perception. So God shows you something. He opens your eyes. And at first you don't want to see it. You don't want to face it. But then here comes all the confirmation, all the shit you missed along the way, all the red flags you missed along the way that you didn't want to see. Why? Because it's supposed to be building support to making this decision. But in essence, it's just more and more pain to what you're going through. I felt bad for her. It's part of it. And that's what it is. It's like they replay everything and you start to see how you missed it. It's like, how could I be so fucking stupid? And then you really see how fucking stupid you were. And you really hate yourself. And that's the type of shit you say. And I heard her say it. It's like, how could I be so fucking stupid? What the fuck was I thinking? Yeah, that usually comes on a Saturday. You're doing good. You're doing good for your first fucking ego death and awakening. Keep it up, bro. Don't fight it. Keep going with it. Really? Yeah. So she's doing that. And I'm, coaching her through that shit. And that's cool. But we're going to get back on track. We're on number 31. What are we talking about? It's a magical herb, and I'm going to teach you its meaning and why we're working with it. It's a toxic one. It's connected with Saturn, which is tomorrow, Venus, which is, oh my God, today. And we had Mars and Pluto alignment. The elements are Earth, which is our reality, water, which is our freaking emotions, and fire, which is our willpower. Magical meaning. The European yew tree and its relatives are powerful trees linked to the realm of the dead. Very old, and that's what we were going to do is start with Santa Muerte. Son of a bitch. Well, at least I'm here to walk you through it as Hecate. What's on the other side of there? I'm not sure. My flesh fears it because it doesn't know. I know my spirit doesn't have an answer for it, but my flesh knows it's something scary. We'll figure it out together. Don't be too scared. Very old yews are often found in graveyards, and folklore suggests that within the mouth of every corpse in the ground of the root is the root of the yew, connecting them, making the yew the speaking tree of the dead. While toxic, in magic, the yew is used ritually in rites of necromancy to communicate with the... Did you put that in there? Yeah, I did. What? In that candle that I gave to Bone? Yeah, there was a bunch of things I put in there. Yew is used ritually in rites to necromancy and to commune with the spirits of the dead and other underworld creatures. Simply holding a yew wand naturally increases your mediumship. Yew can also protect us from the same spirits it connects us to. So talismans of yew can be used to protect us from ghosts and phantasmas. Despite being about death, it is also a tree of life. In Oregon, it is associated with the Iho, I don't know, and embodies the power of resurrection and overcoming. Chemicals within the U are used in cancer treatments, and magically, it can be used for life-threatening illnesses. It can, or to help one either make peace with death or move through it to health. It is known as the tree of immortality, not through consumption due to the poison, but because the trees are so long lived, with some specimens believing to be up to 600 years old or older. And that's super funny because they said petrified wood was in the other card that we were reading. Any tree reaching the age of 100 years is more or more is considered to be a master teacher amid the green world. Downstairs, I have a piece of the redwoods from California. Really, it was sad to see they had chopped one down, but I couldn't help but go down and grab some. Due to the associations, and that was that moment when Hagrid's spider died. He's like, I don't mean to be insensitive, but do you mind if I take a couple vials of this bastard with me? Such a witch. Really, I keep vials in my purse for such things. I might take some dirt. What are you going to do with that? You don't want to know. I have dirt and seeds and bushes and sticks and stones in my car that could fucking activate fucking universal forces, bro. I am so serious. They are going to open a fucking portal, dude, to the other world. That shit is dangerous. It's hidden behind that Ouija board in my car. Underneath the snake skins and the honey offering. I'm such a scary bitch. I make people normalize it though. They're like totally terrified when they see me doing this shit. I pull out my cloak and my candles and start making weird fires and dancing all hysterically underneath the moonlight. And then my fucking neighbor wants to tap me on the shoulder and talk about Santa Muerte. I was like, B, do you know who my fucking neighbor is? She's like, who? I was like, it's that girl. She's like, oh, yeah? I was like, yeah. Do you know who her dude is? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh. I was like, yeah. They're right next door to me, dude. She's like, no way. I was like, so weird, dude. Anyways, it is known as a tree of immortality, not through consumption, blah, blah, blah. Don't eat the shit. Any tree reaching, use are sacred to dark gods and goddesses of the underworld, those who help us commune with the spirits of the dead, such as the goddess Hecate. Who would that be? Me? That would be me. Really? You're always dealing with me. You can't get away from me. I can't get away from me. What is this? The Bard of Satius claimed her torches were made of you. Let me tell you something. Just kidding. Let her lead them with torches of flaming yew. Let her give 3 swings of her mighty serpent, and do not let the heads of the Cerberus be obstacles to those that deprive the light. And that's me on page 155. I told you this all, I think, in my first video. Or at least I tell you every day. When you cross over, that's me. I'm there. Really? Yes. That's why I talk to all the spirits. They talk to me. Really? Because it's me. Why are you talking to me? You know me. I don't know you. All right. Due to the toxic nature of you, polished pieces of wood as magical instruments are favored. And despite Hecate's torches, it should not be burned in incense or magical fires. I burn it. Gave them toxic? Dude, I gave them the power to talk to the dead. What, you think it wasn't toxic? I have it all underneath here. Really? There's a huge bag. It's this box. I have a picture. I'll put the picture. Picture me rolling. I call it Professor Snape's fucking closet. I have all kinds of herbs in there. And if you mix these bastards together, holy moly, I can do exorcisms and some more shit. Really? Don't mess with me. Really, I don't need to. It's just for you. You need this shit. She's being nosy. Anyways, here we go. Plant medicine spirit. The yew spirit is one of regeneration and strength, connecting us to deep ancient wisdom. Yews can split under their own weight, but not get infected in the fracture like other trees, allowing them to live past many other trees. The tree can regenerate and create new roots where it is cut, even in its old age, becoming reborn once again. They encourage us to shed burdens, regenerate from our foundation, and tap into the ancient wisdom all around us to find our purpose. You helps us see the big picture of not only our personal lifetime, but also in the arc of the ancestors and descendants, allowing us to understand our actions have been influenced by those before us and how our actions will influence those to come. As we go into this revolutionary war and we're fighting for civil rights and all of this shit, it's just going to be more and more confirmation. We're the next generation. We become the next ancestors. We make the change. If not, we leave this to our children, and they will. If you're too afraid to change, they're not. These new generations of children, like mine and further down, they're not afraid. They're not afraid of change. They're here to change. They're here to embrace it. There's so many of you that are afraid. You don't want this world to collapse because you worked so hard to build yourself in it. That if it collapses, you're nothing. You'll always be something, and you can build yourself in the next world. You need to understand why we're collapsing this world. Because how hard was it for you to build yourself up? And you're one of how few. And everybody else, you built yourself on the backs of others. In essence, for your fall is for everyone to rise, but they won't rise above you. They'll rise with you. You'll teach them how to rise. Because you've done this before, you can do it again. If anything that Trump taught you is that how to succeed past failure, and that's why you chose him as your president. Because this man got wiped out. By who? Women. She took it all. Really? Yeah. Talk about failed marriages. Realistically, he showed you that you could bounce back, and he's trying to show America how to bounce back from what he did in his own personal life. He did so well for himself as a failure turned success multiple times that the American citizens believe he can take our failing situation and make it successful. Really? Yeah. And the proof is in the pudding. He was a fucking failure that became successful. He keeps losing it and gaining it. And that's what it is. It's like you rise just to fall. It's okay to let this world go, to embrace the idea of something new, and that you're going to be great at something new too. Not that you're going to be lost, but that you're going to be a leader in the new world. Really? Those that can't see it don't understand. They couldn't even find their way in this world. And that's why they deserve a new world, so they can find a new way. Moving on. Let's see. Where the hell were we? Descendants. You helps us to get to the root of our problem on a deeper soul level, to heal our foundational cause and move forward. Divination meaning. Listen to the ancestors. Listen to the earth. Listen to the deep wisdom of your soul. Here, our guide is the soul of the world, the anima mundi, the form of the goddess Hecate. She bears the torch of illumination into the darkness of your life. What are you not hearing, seeing, or doing right now that would put you on the right relationship with all things? Look, listen, align back with your foundation and do what must be done. You indicates you have the support you need within you and all around you. Hecate comes triple-faced. I should just put myself right here. What is it? I'm the triple goddess. Past, present, and future. Life, death, and rebirth. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. I teach you the seasons. Really? Yeah. Hecate comes triple-faced with the knowledge of the past and the future, as well as the present moment. Flanked by her hounds, she bears the serpent of change, carrying the keys of mysteries, her blade cutting that which does not serve. Reverse meaning. When reversed, you may feel that you are in crisis with spiritual or even physical illness and not know what to do. Interesting. You calls upon you to shed your unnecessary burdens and not be afraid to break, to then go onwards and grow and heal. And that's what it is you have to let this break off of you. You have to let this situation break you. She's got to go through the death and transformation and rebirth. By denying this process, it really will break her. Really? If she faces this, she'll never have to do this again. But this could happen again if she missed it. realistically, and she's not. She's seeing it. You tells you the strength. You know what I told her, which was talking to myself, because that's what I am. Through you guys, I'm talking to a younger part of me that wasn't there to hear this. I've gotten wise by my experience and I've done this already, and now I can go back and talk to me through you. I said, look, this is sad. This is real sad. This is true. I said, he wasn't a father before you had a baby. He wasn't that man. He had sex and then came a baby. But a baby doesn't make him a man. It just doesn't happen. Me having babies with them men didn't grow them. They didn't naturally become men. They didn't naturally just grow up and become responsible men that knew how to handle a wife and children. That didn't change who they were. It changed who I was, but not who they were. Sex led to a baby, but that didn't lead to a man. You now have a baby and you have this expectation of what his responsibility is now to this child. But he never had that responsibility before and he doesn't understand it. And you are failed, or you feel failed by the fact that he can't understand it. Really? Yeah. It's like we were cool until we became a family, and you can't be a family man. And you look at the man and you're like, he never was. And for someone like me, my first baby daddy, he's 2 days older than me. I'm 43. He was 2 days older than me. He never became a man. I was right when I was young, and I knew he was never going to grow up. It's not like I wished this on him, but I had an inner knowing that he's never going to grow up. I'm 43 years old, and he proved me right. My ex-husband, same one. He never grew up. He's like now 33, 34, still being the same fucking guy. No kid, no woman is going to grow this man up. That doesn't happen to men like it does to women. They don't just grow up when they become a father. We do. And not every woman every time. You know what I mean? Having a baby doesn't mean she's going to be a good mother. It means she has a responsibility now, but can she hold that responsibility? And most women take this responsibility serious and they sacrifice themselves for the responsibility that they have. And it makes them a better person. I became a better person when I had children. Really? Yeah. It gave me something to live for, something that I had to act better for. That doesn't, you know what I mean? That doesn't make you grown. Understand that. Something that I don't think people understand when they're out there having babies and trying to create families. A baby doesn't make a husband or doesn't make a happy family. A baby doesn't make her a wife or a mother. She's responsible, but that comes with nature and nurture. If it's not in her nature and she wasn't nurtured to understand how to do things, and that's where you can look at these, like Morgan. Morgan, how come you don't know how to make your kid, change your kid's diaper when she don't want to? And you're screaming at you don't know how to do this. Nobody's ever taught her. She thinks it's something like brute force. Nobody's taught her how. She didn't have a mother to teach her how to mother. She had a father that taught her how to father. Really? Mm-hmm. She had some stepmothers, but that's awkward, I guess, for whatever case that may be. There's a certain division. I was going to do a teaching on that, and that's what I had told B. I brought that up. I was like, later, I had started in the beginning. I did a teaching about this maybe twice in the last 3 years about what it means to be a man that comes into a woman's life that has children. And no way is this baggage, bro. This isn't baggage in any kind of way. I don't come with baggage. I'm offering you a family. We are a family. You are a single man by yourself. Would you like to be a family man? Because that's what that means, to be part of a woman with children situation. We are a family. In order to be in my life, that means being part of a family? Is that something you can consider? This isn't about competing and replacing a father role. It's being part of a community, because you're not just getting me. There's more to me. It's not just me. I have a family. That doesn't put my family's responsibilities on you, but can you be a family person around my family? And that's where some stuff like that goes into play. When I that's the scarlet letter. It's like, oh, now you're cursed. You got kids. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Nobody wants to take care of someone else's kids, and you're a washed up baby mama and shit like that. There's these damnations and shit like that. And as funny as it is, despite all his imperfections, that was something that my second husband was able to do at a very young age. It was difficult for him because my kids were so much older. He was dealing with, my oldest kids, Mary Jane and Aaron. He was a stepfather for quite some time before he was a father. And that goes back to when I was telling this story, I was thinking about, Heather and Bobby. Heather was a stepmother for years before she was ever his, a mother to his actual child, where she gave him a child and married. She played the stepmother role. And so when I thought about this, the break of his marriage, would she give up being, that's basically his mom? Would she stop being his mother because you stop being the husband? That would be totally unfair and very cold as a person, because she bonded with this child for years before you gave her own. Really? Yeah. They have a very, what I mean, delicate situation over there. And that's why he said, if I left my wife, all of this would fall apart. She was there raising that kid 4 days out of every week, trying to, with him while he's trying to get a job and figure this all out. She played mommy while he was trying to figure out how to be a dad. She made him grow up. And, I have all respect for that. And it's like, well, you started it. You maybe should finish this. I don't want to be part of it. I have respect for the whole situation. I didn't know it. I didn't have to know it to have respect for the woman. I always did. I wasn't trying to disrespect her by being in love with her husband. That's not how this happened. It's not like I fell in love. You know what I mean? This was long ago, bro. I was in love with him before he was ever your husband. I apologize for this. I wish I could make it go away. Something like that. And that's what I had to say too, is, that came up in respects to when I asked him if he wanted to go Christmas shopping. I had told him straight up, I was like, my love for you extends to your children by nature. They're yours. They're you. Why would it stop with you? Realistically, it's not not like you view it, like a responsibility, but more like just decency. And that's what it is. My last night I went to the store. I went to the store for us, and I wanted to buy B's baby some snacks. I was like, she's my friend. I love her. Really? Yeah, I don't care. I love her. She didn't need it, but I wanted to. It's not like the baby asked me or B asked me. And that's how it is. I told you with Morgan, her daughter's birthday came up. I went and got her a cake. My extension, if anything, I'll be fucking flat out honest with you. I like your kids more than you. I have more love for your kids than you. Really? I have more hopes for your kids than you. Call it a Lilith thing. Really? Yeah. So, something to think about in all of this. But I did say something to her about that. And that's something to understand is at no age, do not ever expect that just because you got pregnant in your 30s, 40s, or whatever, that you made a man out of him. He must have been a man before this for him to be a man for this. Babies don't make fathers. And really going back to it, I'm not really sure that they make mothers. I think you just have it in you. You know what I mean? Like some mothers, some women can't wait for the day to have babies. They plan their wedding, their husband, and their babies. That's lovely. What did I plan? I'm planning on taking over countries. I'm over here, playing fucking battlefields and shit. Wait, sort of. Reverse meaning. When reversed, you feel blah, blah, blah. Did I read this all? Affirmation. I listen to the voice of the past to create the future. It's not just your ancestors, it's yourself, your younger self talking, you know what I mean? Tapping in with your younger self, which is your inner child. it still wanted to live before you chose the life you chose. It still had dreams. It still had ambitions that live within you. I see Russ over there living his dream as a fucking basketball player. I guess. I bet you feel your inner child is very happy. Might have felt better when you were in your 20s, but at least you got to do it in your 30s. And that's how it gets. It's like, I finally did this shit. Talk about a bucket list. Did you get a bucket over there? You in your fucking gym clothes. All right, moving on. I'm just messing around with him all the time. Really? Yeah, so we're talking to the dead. I mean, I always do. You talk to dead people? No, I tried to tell you from the beginning they talked to me. I just didn't understand it until I realized who I was. I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. This makes sense now. I tried to give that power to a wolfman. He blocked me. You can't have this power. I can only help you ignite it and walk you through it. And realistically, it's shadow work and cleaning out your chakras. And you don't want to. You don't want me in there, dude. You don't want me next to your heart. You're afraid. For all good reasons, I suppose. What bad can happen? You get freed from some bad shit? I don't know. We have a full moon in Leo. I'm going to turn to my the Witch's Moon, a collection of lunar magic and rituals. Do we do all this? No, not really. I don't do other people's magic. I'm full of my own. Moon in Leo. In contrast to fertile Cancer, Leo, a masculine fire sign, is the most barren sign in the zodiac. One seemingly desolate and unfit for magic. Don't do no magic. On the other hand, Leo is governed by the vibrant power of the sun. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We have a full moon in Leo, right? And then we have Embolic, which is the first light of the sun. This is a powerful fucking ritual weekend. Really? Yeah, you're going to be fucking burnout. Which rules prosperity, leadership, celebration, and celebrity. Moon in Leo brings out our magnanimous, yeah, nature, and can be a good time for working with magic on behalf of others. Oh, shall I pray for you? On the negative side, it can make us self-indulgent, a time when the temptation to do negative or manipulative magic is strong. We've been talking about this all week, not to be using your emotions for faulty magic. Really? Yeah, I had to go after a couple of these bitches. Stop doing that. Stop getting mad and wanting to fucking, you know what I mean, burn your boyfriend down. Save him for some other bitch. Realistically, God put him as a teaching tool for many of us bitches. Every one of us that meet that guy to learn a real hard lesson. You can't avoid that. Dude, when I found out my ex-husband was about to marry, this motherfucker had the nerve to invite me. What a fucking loser. He must have been high, right? He said he was going to get remarried and he'd like me and the kids to be there. I was like, dude, I felt this entire obligation to save this bitch from his tyranny, or at least his family. He's not really that dangerous, but when they start rallying him up and putting dollar bills on this situation, you're going to have a lot of problems. Trust me, I know. I felt obligated, but I was like, well, fuck. Nobody saved me. I guess I can't save you. You can't be out there saving people from their karma. You fell for it just like I did. Fuck. We're fucked. I feel for you. Hopefully you don't walk off as fucked off as me. At least you make it out of there alive. That's all you can think about. When you leave a dirtbag, you're like, damn, I got out alive. Thank God I got out alive. And you just hope that you'll never see him again. And the last thing you think about is them consuming another person. That's a scary thought. You're like, good luck, bitch. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Like, I wish you well. Wish you well. Really? That's how I feel. I couldn't make it work. I gave it my best. I'm a magical being, bro. I got my ass kicked. Good luck, basic bitch. New moon in Leo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't be using manipulative magic. This is also a fine transit for working spells for leaders, for the sane use of power, and for binding spells. Ooh, that's what I did. I bound those bitches. That's all I ever do. I'll bind the shit out of you. Which means what? Shut down your chakra system? I teach you how to open it and close it. Really? Yes, indeedy. What is this? Leone correspondence. The helotropy. I think that's a fucking stone. A sunstone, citrus trees, all felines, gold, the heart, and back, and Sunday. Well, I think our full moon is on Sunday. That's crazy. Really? Yeah, that's the full moon in Leo. What kind of magic are we supposed to be? I don't know. Let's look over here. We're not really supposed to. Well, be careful what you manifest. What am I manifesting? I don't know. I don't know. And that was another thing that came to me. People don't like that. They don't like my not knowing. They want me to know everything. Go fuck yourself. You don't know nothing. Realistically, I'm fine not knowing. I'm okay with not knowing. You know what happened today? I'll tell you what happened today. I had an appointment yesterday and I was like, well, I don't know. So let me go ahead and sign up some, I missed all of those trainings for my computer and I explained to her I didn't have a fucking computer. And that's why I didn't go to the training classes. And so I was like, well, she sent me, I was like, afterwards, I found out that they had employment services here and I could do all of this down here. But I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get with one of their employment specialists. So go ahead and sign me up, for the classes up there because they had them like as soon as like the first 2 weeks. Right. So then the dude called me today while I was like in a total coma. He sounded like he was from India too. It was pretty cool. And set me up. I think I made an appointment for next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. I always make those appointments on specific days. I try to do that so I don't get this all fucked up. Really? Yeah, he was going to send me a calendar. But, anyways, going back to it, it's like, I only have the basics, bitches. I know that God said, get a computer and you're going to have remote work. I still don't know how that looks. And I know that you're like, you still want me to be completely secure before you take a leap at me. You're stupid. My security has nothing to do with you, realistically, and it doesn't even matter. My security is in God, not in this world. And anything in this world is always shifting, but God doesn't. He shifts me through what is secure when it is and when it isn't. Realistically, I'm just saying that. It came to me earlier. It's like, I'm in a pause for the cause and because nothing's happening so I can recharge. But going forward, I don't have all the answers. They're given to me just like you, one piece at a time. And that's how I'm so abundant because I stay with one piece. I don't overdo it. And I take it nice and slow and that's why everything falls into place quite perfectly for me because I don't try to force pieces that don't work. I wait. And that's what God said is to be still but be ready. It takes a lot of self-discipline not to sit there worrying as the days go by and you don't know what's happening. It takes a lot of discipline to keep your mind steady on God's got a plan and I'm just waiting for the next piece. I have done this for a very long time. It used to be day by day, but now I'll go for days and there's no message of God. No, there's no victories, there's no challenges, there's no emissaries, there's no nothing. You're just supposed to sit there and wait until the time is right. And it could take long periods of time where you're just waiting for, you know what I mean, his message of what to do next. It's better to do what he says than to waste all your energy doing just to be doing. But in that sense, I don't know. And people don't like that. They expect that I should know everything. If I did that, then why would I be checking the cards every day? If I knew everything, then why would I? And actually, it ends up me saying, I told you so. I told you so. I know what I'm given and I don't need to know anymore. And yeah, I'd like to, be busy like you, but what's the point in being busy all the time? When you're busy, you're busy. But to be busy all the time with no purpose is stupid. When he gives me shit to do, it's very, you know what I mean? I really got to apply myself. It's not just one thing. It could last. This one thing is going to build up. I'm going to be busy for weeks and weeks at a time. And then there'll be weeks at a time where I don't do shit. I don't do shit, but recover and get ready for the next weeks of work. And that's where we are. We're in 10 days of fucking rest. I don't know what that means to you, but to me, that means you don't do shit. Well, I took a nap all day and I'm full of energy and I know I don't got shit to do and I ain't supposed to spend no money today and I ain't supposed to go nowhere. That's going to be a long day. How can I keep myself, you know what I mean, positive and productive and not sluggish and not wasting away in a day like that? And that's just today. What am I supposed to do tomorrow? Do I fill it with things because I don't know what to do with myself? Or do I sit there Keep my eyes on God, keep my studies on God, and wait till He tells me what to do with my days. People say you can't live like that, but that's what it means to surrender your free will, which is you do whatever you fucking please, to His. In the essence, guys, there's a lot of the times where I'm an ain't doing shit bitch. I don't do shit. And it's terrible after being such a productive person and basing your whole reality on production levels. I like to say I did all kinds of shit in a day. I like to look back at the day, wore out and just proud that I did all of that. I look back at the day, what the fuck did I do with today? Well, I mean, luckily I have all these videos of what I learned, what I experienced, but what I actually did it take much force and action for me to have an adventure and learn a lot of, gain a lot of wisdom? That's the difference. Realistically, yeah, seizing the day doesn't mean, you know what I mean, packing up and having an adventure, not coming home till the sun goes down. That's not what that means. I just want to point that out. That's difficult. What I do in that department is very difficult. To be still and ready, it's very difficult shit. I pulled the wrong book. Really? Yeah. Give me a second. I just want to point that out. That's what it means, is to lean on God, to not go by my own knowing. What do I know? I only know what He lets me know, and I have to go off of that and not try to know too much more. It's a need to know basis. But in the beginning, no, He wouldn't let me know what the fuck tomorrow brought. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills for even one day. I didn't know where I was going to stay, what I was going to eat, nothing. Where I was going to shower. Now He gives me the peace of not worrying about such things. So what the fuck do I got to worry about? You got to worry about your future. My future is secure in Him. What do you mean? I have to build a future. I have a career, which is what my spiritual fucking learning center that you're currently taking place in. Yes, right now it starts online, very much so, but I'm working towards that, and that's it. It's like I don't know. You can go to a psychic, I guess, or a palm reader or a tarot card reader. It's only going to be able to tell you, you know what I mean, what you already know. They're only there to push you into that next step. After that, you can go and ask for guidance in your next step, but you haven't even took the first step. And that's really what it is. You take one big step and you sit there for a long time until you're ready to take that next big step. That big step is really just a baby step, but it's a big move for you. Really? These baby steps end up being, quantum leaps in your life. Where before there was a time in your life you would never do such things. You'd never talk to that person. You'd never apply yourself. You'd never go that place. You'd never do such things. You are a better version, a wiser version. And it is done by just these things are done by just trials and tribulations of everyday, shit. Really, we're not really fighting any battles like outside of us more than the battles inside. The little shit outside doesn't take much effort. We're not getting suited up for anything big outside. Really? I mean, I don't know. Are you going to put on some gear and go take on ice? Sorry, I'm being a bitch. Embolic. That's not what I was trying to go to. I was trying to go back to this full moon. Embolic is February 2nd. We were trying to go to not the new moon. That's in the February 17th. And February 17th is also the Lunar New Year calendar kicks off, and that's Chinese New Year's. So there's a lot going on the 17th. From now until the 17th, holy moly. I was just trying to tell you the full moon in this book. We were going to reread this bullshit. It occurs Leo, 13 degrees of Leo, experiencing the fullest light of the moon is celebrated, not to be taken for granted. This is an incredibly supportive energy in which to invite the embolic blessings. While there are many things to be said about the astrological signature of this full moon, perhaps the most significant is that while the sun and the moon are opposite one another, Neptune will be situated 0 degrees of Aries. There we go again with this bullshit. It goes on about Neptune. I really just wanted the full moon. February 1st and 2nd is the darkest and the light. Symbolic. Can I just find that full moon again? Chakra meditation. That's what I mean, is like it's basics, dude. If you can't even learn your chakras, you're not going to enter into any other realm. And you have to do that every day. Summary. The fullest moon of 2026. This is January 3rd. Where are we at? Summary. Finally, here we go. Full moon in Leo, February 1st. Leo is bold, creative, and confident. This moon encourages us to step into our power, express ourselves authentically, and celebrate our unique gifts. It's a wonderful time for creative projects, self-love rituals, or anything that allows you to shine your light brightly. Throughout this whole period, from Yule to Leo's full moon, there's a beautiful progression of energy. We start quiet introspection of winter, move through the goal setting of Capricorn season, and end in the fiery self expression of Leo. It's like a journey of the depths of winter into the first strings of spring. Let's see. When Leo's lunar energy arrives, it's a perfect time for confident boosting and creative magic. Remember, though, these are just suggestions based on astrological events. Most important thing is to listen to your own intuition and do what feels right for you. Magic is deeply personal, and what works for one person may not resonate with another. And that's where I was looking for. Where would they want us to channel our magic? They didn't really say. You got to listen to your heart on this one. It says right here, I manifested on the last one. I'm manifesting a man that aligns with the woman I'm becoming, and that doesn't arrive until I'm worthy of honoring him in the same way as what I wrote down on this page. That was for my first full moon in January, or the new moon in Capricorn. Really? We stick to our manifestations. All right, I was just kind of looking at that as what we wanted to work with. As far as you, that told you, where can you get it? You can order it. I have some. But again, don't be consuming it. And they tell you not to burn it. And a lot of that shit, of course, I don't do any of that shit inside. I always do all of my sage burns and stuff outside. So obviously I will include that in my full moon burn. And we'll leave it at that, I think. What else do we got? I guess my Isis cards are here. We'll do a quick oracle read of the Isis because they're in the same bag. Really? Yeah. These are just little ones. And we were talking about, so in our 10-day forecast, the avenging demons of Sekhmet come out to fight the battles. So that's why I'm pulling these ones. How to use the deck. See, little bitties. I don't pull them that often, obviously, for all reasons. I have lots of cards. I'm just guided to pull them when I am. Some of them, like these ones right here, are the most intense. Really? The fuck are those? Exactly. Somebody made them in some time, and I got them at a thrift store, and they go on for pages. Those are the ones I really hate. Those are worse than... They're like Metatron. They're from the dolphins. The dolphins are a frequency of the higher beings, the Palladians. So these messages are fucking intense. All right, let me put those away. All right, first card. Do we want for 5 cards? Yeah, let's do 5. What's the real issue for us right now? The Queen of Heaven. Amen. The Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom to the world. Well, that is our life path. I just want to point out Metatron's fucking cube is there again. I can't leave him. I'm so serious, dude. Once you open these portals, you don't leave. I think about Mother Cabrini, right? When I first started, who's Mother Cabrini? That's her right there. I went to Mother Cabrini's shrine. I got that picture like a year ago or so. I didn't have no picture of her. Picture me rolling. I didn't know. There's statues of her. She looked like every other nun I've ever seen in my imagination. I didn't get that picture till later. But when I went there and I knew I was taking this spiritual journey and I was leaving Colorado, I cried. I was like, I can't leave. I can't leave Red Rocks. I can't leave here. I can't leave my sacred land. And her spirit was like, we're coming with you. You're never going to leave us. We're not in the land. Right? Something to be said. So going back to like Metatron or any of them, it's like they don't leave. You just travel to new lands and their spirit goes on with you. Yeah, so it's like I'm way over here in Egyptian shit, and here's Metatron trying to get to me with the fucking cards. What is this? How can I best heal that in my day to day? Oh, it's your Merkaba, the Ascension. That's how it happens. Really? Mm-hmm. We talked to Sandalphone, which was Metatron's brother earlier, and we talked about all of that stuff. Really? The spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul's journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within your body of your soul. If I had to look at that, going back to giving them the torch, that's what I had to do as Hecate. I had to give Bone at the beginning of the month. I had to give them the light to see to see the other side. Then this month I was being called to invite, and that's it. It doesn't matter if you turn me down. All I got to do is be brave enough to do this. I don't care. So again, I was being called to initiate Wolfman, to give him the ability to be on the other side, to go past the veil. He denied access. He didn't want to, for whatever reason, for good reasons. And that's where I tell you, what if God had told me to give it to you? What if he told me there's people all over the world that want my power, but can't have it unless it's given to them? And it's not my power, it's just activating yours. What if he told me, would you be afraid? Would you let me turn on your chakras and never be able to turn this off again? Would you be able to talk to the dead? Would you be able to wake up with Kobe? Would you be able to do this? You want to do it, but what if? And as I'm seeing this, it's like they're asking me to activate people. They're asking me to really step into my power and as the Isis, activate them. How did I bring Osiris back to life? His chakras, bitches. All I needed was his organs. I needed to align his chakras and I could bring him back to life. I could bring the soul back into the body through those points. And that's why we did that in ancient Egypt. We saved we did purpose rituals to remove the organs and set them away properly. Why? Because we could put them in any body and get your chakras realigned. They were aligned to your spirit. We could align the spirit through there. That's why Christianity is against cremation and shit like that. I can do the same thing with you. I need to. I can't just go up touching people and fucking, that's rule number one. You don't lay your hands on people. I can't just do this. First off, it has to be told to do it, and you have to be ready for it, and you have to be accepting of it. And that's it too. I gave them the candle, and I gave them the instructions. Were they brave enough to do it? Were they brave enough to light that candle? Did they believe that it would happen? Or they didn't believe at all and threw it away? I don't care. Fine. Better to throw it away than to give that power to someone else. That's what it is. And so going back to the rituals and shit, I saw how I was supposed to initiate Wolfman. Maybe it was never you. I know how to do it now. Whenever someone comes and they tell me to initiate him, I know what to do. Realistically, I've always known what to do. That's what it is. My job is to take people to the next level. Really? Yeah. Is to get them closer to the guides and to gods. Why? Because I can't do this by myself. I need you to get to them so they can train you. I can't train you. I can't train you. That's their job. You need Kobe. You need Pac. You need whoever you need. I had my trainers. You need yours. I need to get you to the spirit guides so they can guide you and get you closer to God, to get you spiritually fucking prepared. Why? So you can be a spiritual warrior out here and help others get through their dark night of the soul. Help others find the light. Help others get through their suffering. You can't fucking help them until you help yourself. And all I can do is tell you how to help yourself, which is dealing with yourself. None of us can do this for you, but we can guide you. I can only get you so far. And realistically, I can't get you shit. I can't get you to sit down and deal with your feelings. Only you can do that. What does it cost you? On my side, fucking nothing. On your side, a death. A transformation and a rebirth. It's always the basic. How do I get to be like you? Let's talk about your childhood. Let's start there. How long is this going to take? I don't know, dude. How much can you open up? It could take forever if you don't want, if you're holding back all the time. You're holding back every terrible thought and every terrible feeling. This could take for fucking ever. We're supposed to deal with them, not run from them. That's exactly what we're looking for. Really? Yeah, nobody wants to do that. They just want to know God's graces. Well, this is the way, bitches. This is the way. All right. Anyways, number 3. What will the gift or outcome be? Knots of Isis. They talked about that earlier in our cards. They were talking about, what was it? I think it was Thor. Something about the knots intertwined. Really? Yeah. Part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. Who's that? Me. But yourself. You have God and goddess inside of you. Your goddess is your feelings. Your God is your actions. You need to take action in your feelings. That's what this is about. I just want to notice the beautiful colors that are going on. All right, what's the next one? 4. What is the biggest challenge or opportunity for me to get the best outcome? Proper burial for freedom. I told you. Death. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us. Let go. That's what I'm trying to tell her. Let go of the idea of him being the child's father and your happily ever after. The quicker you let go of him, the quicker you can open up to someone new. Let go of this idea that you were going to have a happy family with this man. It's not easy to let go of. But did you ever want it until you had the baby? Did you see a future with him, or you tried to create a future because now you have a baby? You're trying to ask him to be something he's not, when there is someone out there that can be everything you want. Don't hold on to this idea. Maybe one day he'll grow up and he'll be a good father. Maybe, but don't hold on to it. It's not your responsibility. None of this is on you. And that's for her. Don't hold on to the idea anymore. The quicker you can let go of the idea, the quicker you can embrace a new idea. It happened to me with Wolfman. As soon as he closed that, I could let go of the idea of the struggle and how challenging it would be to able to get along with a guy like this. And I opened up to the idea that there's a better guy out there. But he's also going to be spiritual. And he's also going to be all these things. Really? Yeah. But I had to let go of that guy to open up to the idea of another guy. That's just what I'm dealing with. We're dealing with relationships, on this end. I don't know what you're dealing with. But that's what it means. Osiris, the Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be part of your life so that you may be free. I tried really hard for like 3 years to the idea of what me and Bobby could look like. And as soon as I got to all of that, I realized this is just going to be hard for me. It's always going to be an everyday battle, me against him. This is not what I want. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to make him a better person. I don't want to make him something he's not. I want someone that already is that. Really? Yeah. But I had given so much thought to it and so much energy, and I've tried everything. I tried so much to make it work, only to realize I need to let this whole idea go. It's hard. You put a lot into it. You're really invested in it, but you have to see the bigger picture. And that's really it is. It's like, Bobby is who Bobby is, and I can't make him better. And being with me isn't going to make him change his ways. And the way he is conflicts with it. I'm not a person to have insecurities or jealousies or worries or fears until I'm around a person like you. And that's realistic because your lifestyle makes me feel this way. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to be with a person that makes me feel, that doesn't make me feel safe. I never feel any of these things. When I think about a future with Marshall, I never fear those things. I don't fear him with women or him lying or him, sneaking around doing things that I don't know what he's doing. I never would ever be ever worried about what he's doing on his phone. I would never care what is on his phone. I would never ever be like, let me see what he's up to. I would never fear them. I don't fear him because of the person he is. Now, not to say that he don't got probably some weird porn pictures or something hidden on his phone like everyone does. But I'm saying that being around him doesn't cause me fear. It doesn't make me act out of character. It doesn't build up insecurities. It doesn't build up jealousies. It doesn't build up triggers or wounds. Everything about you makes me feel unsafe. How can I have a future with something I don't feel safe with? Am I wrong about you? Or is this just how you treat me? You're a better person to everybody but me. Another reason not to be with you. Because you treated me less than. Or whatever the case may be. And that's it too. It's like trying to build a relationship with someone like Wolfman. I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust you magically. I don't trust you mentally, emotionally, not even physically. But I'm asked to go past my fears and open myself up and trusting God. And that's what that was. And I hope to God I don't get fucked up doing this. Really? Well, I go in, with Bobby, I was able to validate my fears. And that's what it is. It's like, Wolfman, I accused you of being a fuckboy, and you turned out to be a super fuckboy. I accused you of being a warlock, and you turned out to be just that. I have every reason. I'm validated in my fears of you. And that's because of your behaviors. Russ, I told you, bro. I told you you weren't going to be able to be a grown man for me. It's been 3 years and you're still not even a grown man for yourself. A woman or nothing is going to grow you up. You have to grow up on your own. Paying bills and being successful doesn't make you grown. You guys think that as long as you got a job, you're a responsible, successful man. If you take care of your children, whatever that may or may not look like, that you're success to this world. That's minimum. And even that, you're falling short. I'm just saying. You got to let some shit go. And it's Friday. We do this all the time, people. I worked up for a long time to build up to the idea of trying to have a relationship with Wolfman. I finally fought all my fears. I went to extend myself and he rejected me. I think I'm set free. And that's all it was. Now I won't, you know what I mean? Hopefully I won't have to fight all those same fears with the next person. But it's just like, anytime that God's going to call me to someone, I got a lot of fucking work to do. And they're getting harder and harder. But that's it. I did what I was supposed to do. Fight my fears and come into, you know what I mean? Try to fucking fix this and come into union with this guy. I did my best. What? It didn't work. Well, I did. That's all I was asked to do. That's all I was asked to do was fight my fears and answer my calling. And then that's it. It wasn't so bad with him. And thank God I didn't fall in love with you like I did the others. But I was asked to love men that I chose not to for all obvious reasons. And I finally gave into it, only to realize that I was right. And now I have to take this love and walk away. I never stopped loving them. That's the huge rule. Don't go cold. Love them until you can't love them anymore. And then just go love another. But never stop loving them. And that's really what it is. It's harder even then. It's like I worked so hard to love you, only for God to tell me that I need to move on now. I was like, God, why'd you do that? You knew I was never going to love them. They were never going to love me back. You knew he was going to reject me. I know. And you were afraid of that rejection. But now you faced it. And now we can move on. And sometimes it's just that. You have to face the rejection, the failure, the loss. Why? Because in those moments you become strong. Those weak moments, you realize how strong you are. You're avoiding such things. Your whole life, you're avoiding weak moments. God walks me straight into these weak ass moments. Why? Because they make me really strong. I'm just saying, walk away. That's all I do for the rest of my 55 years as a sentence to hell on earth, is to tell people to walk away. Leave the idea alone. Have a new idea. Have a new life. Have a new relationship. Have something new. Why don't you? Really? Yeah. Last card. What special guidance is there to help me resolve this in the best way now? Oh, that's a pretty card. I want the pretty in pink. The Wings of Isis. It came with 2 cards. Really? I wanted the pink one because it was on top, but the initiation. I tried to initiate him. Does he think that he's going to go somewhere else and some other goddess or practitioner is going to initiate you into the craft? I don't think so. He has his reserves. I believe it was just unforgiveness, and I can't deal with a person that can't be forgiving. I mean, it's his pride and his ego, ultimately. That's okay. I accused you of being nothing more and nothing less. All right, initiation. When you are being initiated into the divine mysteries of love, light, love, and power, there are moments of profound challenge. Told you. The key to find the light, and that's it. I finally did it. I gave in. God's been asking me to give in to this guy, and I'm like, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Hell nah. Fuck you, God. Fuck him. Fuck no. I gave in. All I had to do was give in, surrender. Thank God I didn't end up with the guy. You know what I get? A better blessing. That's all he asked me to do, is give in. Surrender. I was afraid to surrender because I was afraid of what comes next. What if I give in and I get fucked over? What if I give in and I get used spiritually? What if I give in and he fucking puts a binding on me? What if I give in and, you know what I mean, and this fucks everything up? I was afraid of the worst happening if I gave in. And I didn't want to give in because I was afraid of everything bad happening. But I gave in. Despite all these things that could go wrong, I'm going to give in. And guess what? Nothing happened. All those things that I was afraid he might do or say didn't happen. He didn't happen. And that's the proof. I was willing to face a guy like you, even though I you know what I mean? I promised I'd never do this again. Not because of me, but I was ready to face my fears because of God. I did face my fears. I couldn't have given in until I already faced them. That I was willing to do whatever it takes to do what God said. It wasn't about you, Wolfman. It never is. It's never about the person on the other side. It's that God's calling me to do something I'm deathly afraid of, and it goes against who I am. It'll take some time, but I will do what God says. And that's all he told me to do. Offer you an initiation. Fuck him. He's not worthy. Fuck him. Be nice. Just offer. I assumed you would just, you know what I mean? I would regret this. But I don't. I did the right thing. And I'll be rewarded for doing that. And my reward is not you, not dealing with you. That's not the reward. I get a bigger reward. You know what I mean? For dealing with this challenge is not another challenge. I get a reward for this challenge. I know that. It wasn't you, it was me. It's fighting my fears. I didn't want to give in to a pompous guy like you. For obvious reasons. I never wanted to give in to someone like Russ. So not worth it. He's so beneath me. Please don't make me give into this. It wasn't a bad thing to have love for a person like him. I still love him to today. He's a pain in my ass, but I love the guy. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? And that was my biggest fear. Jesus Christ. What if I would have had to be in a relationship with Russ? God would have made me be nice all the time. This would have killed me. What would have happened if I got in a relationship with Bobby? I would have been always fucking uncomfortable, always, oh God, paranoid, fucking stressed out, all kinds of shit. I'd have been unhappy. What would have happened if I would have ended up, you know what I mean, working with Wolfman? He couldn't have stolen anything from me that I didn't give. And God was asking me to give all my power to him. And I was afraid to do that. But that's what it means to submit to a man. Are you willing to give yourself all your power to this man? I'll never do that again. Especially a fucking guy like this guy. Realistically, which guy is safe to give all your power to? Which guy is safe to love? That's what we're looking for. We're trying to protect ourselves from the wrong kind of guy or girl. Based on what? What happened last time? I'm just saying. Anyways, initiation. The opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenge. You shall thrive. Well, I mean, that doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Wings of Isis. My biggest fear was I was going to wake up and there was going to be a message and I would have to actually start this. I'd have to keep this going. I'd have to start this fire and keep it going. I'd have to be on my best behavior. I'm going to have to do that one day for one man, and I'm getting ready for that. But this guy, I felt like he was just going to really abuse the fact of, and he is. He's a tyrant. Wings of Isis. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelical worlds. Part of your soul's purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into the human culture. This oracle also brings you angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation too. Well, that's also, my ability is to go through the dark and the light. I could take you through both sides. Really, I am the serpent of the tree of life. I was also going to bring up the choirs and leave it there. Really, yeah, because we went through the thrones, the dominations, and then Sandalphone came from the choirs. And I believe that choirs was over there with Jupiter and Zeus. Really? Well, let me explain. Saturn is Cronus, that's the father of them. Pluto is Hades. Neptune is Poseidon. Jupiter is I'm getting them download. Hold on, I just went out black. What am I seeing? I'm seeing the trident in the form of a trinity, which again is Neptune. We're still up here. So you had Pluto and Mars that aligned, right? We got Saturn and Venus, and that's how we work through this. That's how you know where you are in the energy. Really? Planetary energy. I've been learning all of this. Sorry, going back to it. What cards do I need for this? Not those. I was going to give you a deck of my cards too, bastard. They told me to give you my crow cards. I pay for that. Just kidding. I mean, it's nothing major. There's no power in the cards. Realistically, I was just asked to do something that I was afraid to do. And that's what I'm always asked to do. You know what I mean? I was deathly afraid of showing up at the Bone concert and giving them the ability to see the dead. But I was asked to do it. I was afraid to show up and see Brian after becoming a spiritual freak. Then I become a spiritual freak and ask him to do some spiritual shit. And that made me feel better too. All these things. I don't need a card. What is this? The Two of Pentacles. I don't need the card. I need the guidebook. Really, these are from my Notorias, another thing of tarot, the highest level of tarot. Let's see. Seraphim, the thrones, the cherubim. I'm trying to find the fucking dominions, powers, virtues, principalities, archangels. What were we talking about? Oh, the choirs. I was like, what am I looking for again? Where are the choirs? I'm not sure. It's not showing it here. Let me see here. The angels, the archangels, the principalities, the virtues, the powers, the dominations, the thrones, the cherubim, seraphim. The cherubim are the angelical chorus connected to the planet Uranus. I think it must be them. The cherubim is where the choirs are. The angelic choir of the dominations. No, it's the dominations. The dominations is the chesed, and that is, I told you, Jupiter. Okay, never mind. Really? Yeah, I was just trying to figure it out because we were in the dominations in our last cards. I think the last one we pulled was which one? What was it? The 10 of Wands. So where are we at now? Well, I mean, with Sandalphone, that's what I was trying to figure out. Really? I mean, ultimately, all the time, what's his face up there? Jesus and Metatron are down here. They're in Saturn. Then we go through the deaths, and then we're right here with Neptune and Aries, right? So it's the beginning of a new season with the spark of, genius, but it's also the flow of water. We talked about Medusa, which was Poseidon, again, who raped, and we talked about all of this stuff. So I'm just trying to bring you into space, time and space, how all of this is connected. Where are we at right now? The Two of Pentacles. What is this? I can't read. My eyes are getting foggy. I'm supposed to be having glasses. Let me see. Number 28. 28. Sahia, God who heals the sick. Sahia places in our subconscious a foresight capable of realizing on the physical plane. Each of our projects, the life cycle we set for ourselves, illuminates a path towards true healing. Along with this angel, protects us from angel. Sahia exhorts us to prudence, circumspection, and judgment, letting impulse settle. Impulsiveness, haste, and superficiality are fragile foundations for what is this word? Ephemeral works. Wow. Listen to this. The dominations, Two of Pentacles, Mars, Leo, Two of Pentacles. What is the Two of Pentacles? It's all about balance. Really, it's balancing oppression and stuff. And this goes back to those impulses, superficial and fragile foundations. There's always practitioners, as I read this, they try to get me all the time under full moons and stuff. He himself, you can look at his archives, his occult archives, didn't even know what magic to work under which moon. He thought that, full moons were used for manifestations. It's like, that's not what we do that for. We do that on new moons. He does weird things like masturbation for chakra cleansing. Realistically, he's trying to feel good in the flesh, not in the spirit. When you want to push your muscles, you don't take an easy workout. It doesn't take much to sit there and rub yourself to feel good. The real long feel good is when you really put in the work. That's what makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Putting on, some Skims wear and hiding your fat bulges, opposed to putting in fucking 3 months in the gym and actually changing your fucking size makes a huge difference. That hard work makes a huge difference. You know what I mean? People don't understand the hard work and dedication, and they don't need to. And sometimes a lot of people want to, tell them over and over how hard off you were to get here. But that's what really builds your character, is that, you know what I mean? It's character building work. And that goes back to earlier, is climbing these mountains. Really? Yep. Well, I climbed a big mountain only to, come down it and climb another mountain. God will call me to another very difficult challenge. I was not up for this challenge, and it took me quite some time to face the challenge, and I did. On a happy Friday, I finally did it. Realistically, yeah. I faced my fear and I did what I was asked to do so very long ago that I wasn't able to do when I was asked to do it. And that makes me not fearless. But obviously, I got to a place where I became fearless, where my faith was stronger than my fear, where I believe in God even though I don't believe in you. And that's where all you ever need to be is not leaning on your own understanding, but an understanding in God. No matter what God's asking me to do, even if you're a terrible person, He's going to protect me. If God's asking me to go, you know what I mean? And that's Bel and the beast. If He's asking me to lock myself up in this tower with your bitch ass, then He's going to make sure I'm safe in this tower with your bitch ass. And something good will come from this for me. If not for you, then for me. Really? All good things. Yep. So there's there's a magical teaching. I didn't really go into it. I still have these funky ass oracles here of the. I'm not pulling those. I'll pull one of those tomorrow. They last forever. I'll really be avoiding these. Really? You want to see why? I'll show you. Hey, somebody come pick a card. Oh, the kids are going to sleep. What time is it? I've been asleep all day. I'm not tired. Just kidding. Let's pick this one. What is it? I don't know. Clearing. All right. It looks like just nothing, right? It's just a word. Wait till I pull out the book. Are you serious? Yeah, bro. This fucking book. Seriously? They wrote a whole dictionary on these things. Look at how big this book is. Let me show you how many pages are on that fucking one. At least it's in alphabetical order. Beyond time and space. No, we're going to clearing. Crystalline structures. Nope, they don't know about that yet either. He doesn't know how to do any of that. And realistically, I was just going to initiate him before he went on to his little journey through the Nile River. How wonderful it would have been to carry the spirit of Isis, don't you think? Well, just go out there and see what happens. Segmet's fucking avenging demons are out there to get you. Realistically, something like that. What are we looking for? Clearing. Communion, close encounter. That was it. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. I'll read that tomorrow on page 30. Out of the old, in with the new, clearing out blockages of our mind, bodies, and energy. Channels in order to return to a clear, uncongested state, finding what works for us to clear our energy, fine-tuning the methods we use to keep ourselves energetically clear, a clear energy system as a basis for emotional, physical, and spiritual health. I got to tell you, I was real foggy yesterday. That's what I told B. I was all foggy yesterday, mentally and in my body. And even today, I didn't feel right. But after I woke up, I felt like myself again. I was back to myself again. It took a while to clear my energy, whatever was in it. And I still said somebody was in it. Somebody. Really? There's somebody in my energy. Who's in your energy? Somebody that has access. They wouldn't let somebody close to me that's going to harm me, especially with all the work I do. Nobody can gain access to my energy anymore. Before, I used to give it away freely. But when I know that you're thinking about me, I cut that shit off. You're not going to sit around thinking, no happy thoughts. Get out of my fucking energy. Get out of the thought of me. Deal with your own thoughts. I know I'm a happy thought to you, but you need to deal with yourself. Get out of my energy. Don't put your thoughts on me. Don't put your feelings on me because you want to sit there fantasizing about me. You know what? Deal with your own thoughts. Really? Yeah. But there is somebody in my energy. And I think he's afraid to talk because I'm stumbling on my words. Whoever it is afraid to speak. I'm stumbling. It's not that they can't, because if I couldn't, I wouldn't be able to pronounce the words. But they're just stumbling on them. That's okay. Throat chakra. They have stuff for that. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with some Saturday readings. Really? Yeah, and I forgot to open up the comments, so we're safe there. Laters. Have a good night. Laters, haters.